Hello friends. I made a design on paper and then purchased the items and thought, this will be easy. I'll make a pair of earrings. It'll be great. What could possibly go wrong? Well, what went wrong was when I got them in the room and actually looked at them, I didn't actually like the combination at all. So I started to just play and experiment and play with different combinations, as it turns out, here are my new earrings. So stick around and let me show you how I arrived at this very not expected combination. Hello friends. I have a little plan here to make a set of earrings with one of these, and I'm going to do it one on the white and one on the black just for myself to get a feel for how they look. And this one is called Swarovski Powder Rose, AB finish, okay? Then the next one is one of these, and this is called, what is this one called? This is called Lavender Delight, okay? And then the next one is pink. Now, as you know, this is Pink Week. This is called Swarovski Rose. This is Pink Week. I'm making earrings to go with the rest of the things in my collection of pink that I'm wearing, that I'm working on this week. And so, this was the idea. These days I actually buy, I sat down and did some designs on paper, which is very unusual for me. Back when I was a jewelry designer full time, I just bought what I liked. And then I would sit down and work from those to figure out, just to make things. I always worked with what I had on hand. Well, these days I can't have thousands of dollars worth of ingredients on hand, so I'm buying very specifically. So I also bought these guys, and this is a little cup. It's have points on the edge, and according to the measurements, one of these little guys should fit in here, and it does. It fits in there quite nicely. So I thought about using that as a bit of a, let's see if I can get it to focus. I guess not. I thought of using that as a kind of a cup to make it look like it's got a little filigree setting. So I've got these. I also bought these things, which I thought were pretty cool. And this, believe it or not, fits in there. And I thought that was kind of pretty. So I actually purchased this. Interesting that it shows up on the black and the white. Actually, I'm going to show up on the black better. So this is a gunmetal finish, black metallic look. So, I'm not 100% crazy about these three together until I worked on this hat. And I've got, a darker pink here, a softer pink, a lighter kind of peachy pink on the inside, and then all the golden Swarovski crystals in the middle for the place where the stamens would be. So, loving this, absolutely loving this hat. And I think this is what brings this kind of golden pink one into the grouping. If they're not worn together, then I don't think this one really suits. So, so the question becomes, do I make a pair of earrings knowing that it's very specific to being worn with a hat? That's a question I have that I'm trying to work my way through. Also, years ago, I picked up a strand of these pearls that are probably about 3/4 inch. They've got a lot of pink and iridescence in them, and I like those as well. These would work very well in this collection, in this grouping. And I bought these Rivoli ear wires. So this fits one of these guys. And it kind of is a disappearing setting. You don't really see the setting from the front. It kind of disappears, which is great. So I'm thinking about ways to use this, and this needs to be filed a little bit. There's some, I guess there's a little bit of damage on that one. Maybe I'll find and see if I've got another one. So these are fine. This one's the one that's the damaged. Okay, and then I have, you know, a tube of E6000 because that's the glue that holds everything together here. And while I'm at this, I do have extras of these two pink, so I might look through my settings to see if there's anything here that, while I have the glue open, might make a nice ring. So let's see how this one works. This was kind of a heavier ring, but let's see what that looks like with one of these in there. Ooh. Yeah, I like it. Let's see how this one works. You know, I don't like that one as much. I don't like that one as much. What about this one? I don't like that at all. Not at all. So I think what I will do while I have the glue out is I will go ahead and make one of these. Put that in this setting. So, okay, so when I designed this on paper, I designed it with the rose at the top, and then the powder rose next, and then this crystal lavender at the bottom. Was the idea. I have all of these black settings, and simply, you know, this one would go in this setting, like so. Oh well. This one would go in actually two of these because they can just layer up in order to give a loop on each end. You can just layer these up. So that's what that would have been like. And then this would have been in here. And so then it would have just been a matter of wiring them together, wiring the connectors. But now that I have this in person, I've got these pieces in front of me. Here's where the fun part happens, because then I take a look at my stash and what I actually have around here. I've got these, got the pearls, and I can actually play with this a little bit and see if my original idea is what I want to go with, or if I want to go to a different approach. So one thing I will look at and see, I do like this. Let's try this. Actually, I like this more. And did we try this already? I don't remember. So we got this one, we got this one, and then let me do the third one so we can just kind of see. I mean, this is so much about trial and error. And that's what I really enjoy about it, because you can just play and different things will show in different ways. So the question first becomes, which one of these do I like the best? And that's easy. I do not like this one, so that one I will take apart. And I think I kind of like, oh, I don't know. It's tricky. I'm going to bring a little pink shirt over here. I can kind of keep a feel for what it does with the shirt, with the clothing. I mean, because this is the color of the clothing that I would be wearing these colors with. So I think this one is the strongest from that perspective. So what we're going to do here, whoops, I think that's the strongest. Now, I think this one next And then maybe this one on the bottom? Or is it better without that? Another idea I like to do sometimes is to switch them around to make the earrings different from each other. And that would be kind of fun. There's the possibility that the pearl might look nice in here. I actually like that. So this is a pretty significant, just bulky earring. They're kind of light because this piece is a light piece. Even if you look at it from the back, it doesn't have a lot of visual weight, but it is size. It definitely has the size, but it's visually light. The pearl, I think, has a good bit more visual weight because it is thick. And then these chaos, that is the box. I do have black ear wires. That's good news. Well, I'm just going to play for a while, and we're just going to see how this turns out. I mean, the truth of it is I don't have another way necessarily to use these, but what I don't like about them is that this wire is very heavy, and it's it can be painful to push a very heavy wire through your ear. So I'm not crazy about any more earrings on those. These are lighter. So I want them in here. Also, I want this, so I think what I'll do is put a little piece of cloth through it so that it will stay put right like so, so that I can glue around that edge and then drop the Rivoli in. Okay, so we're gonna do, did we decide on this one? No, this one. This is the one that goes in there, right? Yes. Okay, so let's get, I'm gonna wash my hands. And then we're going to go ahead and glue these guys in place. Now this is a little bit tricky because instead of having a nice solid back, we've got a, oh, you know what I could do? I could conceivably put this, all right, we're playing here still. Okay, that's a very interesting idea. I think we're going to try that. Okay, I think that's what we're going to go ahead and try to do. I've got a new tube of glue. Wouldn't it be cool if I could get the camera close enough that you could see it like so? But I haven't figured out quite how to do that. Sorry about that. It's just always a work in progress around here, and that's fine. That's just fine. Let's do this ring real quick. Now let me walk you through this. The ring is setting ring, Rivoli 14 mil. I'm not really sure what this means. It's a made, I think, for Swarovski, and this is, the number is H20-2554MT. Okay, so here is the information for this ring, okay? And what I like about this is that it was very inexpensive. They may be out of them by now, but let's see, can we get you to focus? Let's try. There we go. That's a little better. Maybe not. What I liked about it was it's rhodium plated, so it doesn't have any metal value, so to speak. So it's inexpensive. CZ's around in a circle, so we got a lot of bling for not much money. Okay, you know by now that I am not willing to pay big bucks for the beautiful things that I wear. Okay. First things first, you take the little pointy end, stick that in your glue. All right, let's try this. I'm going to do, gosh, I wish I'd had a pointier edge, end. Okay, I'm just going to set that glue there for a second, pop that baby in place, and then give it a little press. I'm going to press it with a cloth. And I'm going to move it around a little bit and make sure that I have it setting in there level. Now really all I'm doing is applying a little bit of pressure to it, just so that it has good contact with the metal, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and put my handkerchief through it so that it will set, so that I will be able to set it straight up, so the gravity doesn't get it. And hopefully I'm not gluing the handkerchief to the, okay? All right, project number 2 will be to take a little dollop of glue in here, drop a stone in place, and give that a little squeeze. That's number 2. Then the third trick, and this is very likely going to glue this sucker right to the plate, but at least I know I can get it off. I'm going to put a little dab of glue right there, and what we're going to do is drop this sucker right in on top of that and settle that into its spot. You really do have to have a fresh drop for each one. Okay, top that baby off. Okay, how's this looking? Ooh, pretty, pretty. All right. I'm happy with that. Let's put it back on the piece of cloth because, you know, having it set upright seems like a good idea. Might have to go for some plans A, B, C, D, however many down the line. So this can go in there. And then this can hang here. I just think they're really a little bit bigger than what I usually enjoy. Let's show you what we've got. This pair has sparkle and a big coin pearl. Sparkle and another big coin pearl. This one, I'm on a kick to use these big pieces, these big filigree pieces. That works pretty well with the pink. Actually, this is the color name on this is Rose. This is Swarovski crystal. And then I did a similar one of these with this crystal, which I think is a Lavender Delight, if memory serves. And then this one I think is my favorite at the moment because it's very vintage looking. This could pass as a 1920s piece, so I'm happy with how that turned out. And then this one as well. Okay, so 4 sets of earrings from hanging out here today? I had designed a little set of earrings on paper. I thought I had it all figured out, but when the pieces came and arrived, I didn't like them together. So we were on to plan B, and then before long we were way down the alphabet. At any rate, these are the earrings that I made just recently. This is a Swarovski. These are Swarovski crystals. I'm trying to say it like my husband say it because apparently I have been saying it wrong all this time. So anyway, I really, really love how they turned out. Massive bling. You know what? A good pair of earrings just feels good on, doesn't it? These are super light, very comfortable. I'm loving them. Love, love, loving them. Yes, yes, yes. Let me show you some of the others I made. I also really like how these turned out, and I think they go very nicely with my gigantic polka dot sweater. So I am very pleased to be adding these to my collection as well. Gigantic coin pearl, same kind of little filigree pieces, and a dark black midnight, whatever it's called, Swarovski crystal at the top. Love them, love them, love them. I think they are very good with my little sweater. Yes, yes, yes. I think they're very good with my little sweater. These are my favorite new vintage looking. I think these really pull off a vintage vibe very nicely. And they are my new favorite thing. Very fun. Swarovski crystal here, and then there's this cool filigree piece in the middle that really accentuates how long and dangly they are, and that cool, graceful teardrop shape that you see so much in the 20s. Love these. Love them, love them. Now these aren't the slightest bit vintage looking, but they are a lot of fun. And did I mention the ring? I'm loving the ring. Now I know it was a little bit hard to see in the video, but this stone is, again, the Swarovski stone, has a lot of kind of little bit of blue sparkle in a pink stone. Love it. Love, love, love it. I'm beginning, love, love, love it. Going to be very happy to be pulling out this bling at every opportunity. So again, I'm really happy with each of these, and probably especially the ring. And again, not at all what I expected to end up with from this little project, but not at all unhappy with how it turned out. Not at all unhappy with how it turned out. So thanks for watching. I might actually come back and show you a little bit better, especially how I made those 1920s drops, because those were really pretty. So yeah, stick around. I think maybe I'll just include that here. I know it's getting long. I know it's getting really long, but these are cool. These are really cool. I took a piece of wire and folded it in half with the drop in place, and then it fed on a bead that had a big enough hole in it to go over both pieces of wire. Okay, and then another one, and one more. So that whole piece of wire is covered by those 4 beads. Now I'm going to slide on this cone, and the beads help the cone stay in place. So that is how it looks so far. Okay, I've got a Swarovski version of the jet crystal, and I've got 2 of these. Okay, the wire happens to be a little short on that one, but that's not a big deal. Okay, now I'm going to come here and with a clothespin hold this thing in place. I don't know if there's a way to do 2 of these at once. Let's see if I can do 2 of them at once. Okay, actually maybe I can. Alright, so I'm going to come in here with the E6000. And I'm going to do a little blob of blue. Same thing in this one. And then the lid back on immediately. You don't want these guys to dry out. Okay? Now in this particular case, I'm using a 12mm Rivoli and a 14mm ear wire. This just happens to be what I have on hand, but what I like about it is because the stone is black and the setting is black, it actually ends up making the stone look just a tiny little bit bigger, and I'm good with that. Okay. When this glue seems to be dry, and it does, I mean obviously I would probably let it set longer than that if it were a situation where I actually had the time to do so. I'm going to put this on the back and just see if it fits. The truth of the matter, doesn't really. So we're going to just take this to the next step here. Turn the loop to the side so you don't stress the metal. And then close. And then this one I think is my favorite at the moment because it's very vintage looking. This could pass as a 1920s piece, so I'm happy with how that turned out. And then this one as well. Okay, so 4 sets of earrings from hanging out here today. And the funny part about this is this was what I sat down here to do. I had designed this on paper, and when I put it together in person, it just didn't work. It didn't look good to me at all. So this is what I did instead. These are my favorite new vintage looking. I think these really pull off a vintage vibe very nicely, and they are my new favorite thing. Very fun. Swarovski crystal here, and then there's this cool filigree piece in the middle that really accentuates how long and dangly they are, and that cool, graceful teardrop shape that you see so much in the 20s. Love these, love them, love them. Well, friends, this video has been a part of Pink Week here on the channel. One video every day, each one featuring something pink that is either upcycled or made from scratch entirely by me. So there are hats, shoes, a blazer that I upcycled, a skirt that I upcycled with some cloth that I wove, and a handbag and even some earrings. So check out the pink playlist so that you don't miss a single thing. It's amazing how with just a few simple tools and a few little things here and there that you can really make a big difference in how something looks and make it an expression of who you are in the world. And I think that's really cool. I have had enough of conformity, and I am ready to let my individuality shine. I was made in the image of God. There's something about God and something divine that's a part of me, and I want to celebrate that rather than hide it. And so I am working on it. I am growing. I am learning to be comfortable in my skin, and I am not above dressing up to go to the grocery store wearing things that I've thrifted and upcycled and created from scratch and all of that. I am learning how to be more authentically me, and I invite you to that journey. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.